Okay, so this is the Malon, the mechanic. I gave her some wire, 5 wire, uh, a wire placer, a wire cutter, a red pressure plate, a dart trap, and a few tools that aren't going to drastically affect gameplay. Just make my life. See, the fish finder, the GPS, the wreck, the goblin. Yeah, they're just they just give me information, so I didn't think that they'd be too too changing. I just wanted to seem more techy. Malin the mechanic. Um, the rules and restrictions of this gameplay, because I've played Terraria many times, and these restrictions just keep things interesting for me and for you. Um, are that she can only use tools for direct damage. You know, shorts, an axe, a pickaxe, a hammer, and stuff. Ooh, she spotted the rare Pinky with help of her, uh, oof, with help of her, rare monster detector. Anyways, Pinky jumped over Malon's, wall, so she has to make it bigger. Now, better quality coming soon for sure, because I actually messed up this recording. I had something playing in the background, and this is the only way I can think of getting rid of it. So that's why it's played like this. I actually have something really interesting planned. But Malon's got her first trap going thanks to the little package she got at the beginning of the game. And that should kill Pinky very nicely. Ah. So yeah, I figured 5 wire and wire cutter, wire placer, uh, pressure plate, and dart trap was close to pushing it, but still enough to keep it fun. So so Mounds decided to build up her first house, and that was the easiest 1 gold that I've ever had. All right, so I missed it. The the guide had a heart, and Malon was running away because he's like, "I think I love you," and she's like, "No, go away, get away from me." You'll have to rewind the video in case she tried to sneak up behind the guide, but he wants to get to know her. He wants to see if Malon could be someone he shares his life with. Alan's not so sure if she wants to do that, which is why she's kind of retreated over here, away from the guide. I forget what his name is. I think it's Denny. No, not Denny. Daniel? I don't know. Anyways, I'm collecting this clay here, or rather, uh, wow, way to lose face. Anyways, Malon's collecting this clay and this iron just because it has some great decorating purposes, but it's getting pretty late. Might as well dig up while he's not looking. I mean, he's not going to consider that little roof a shelter in a house. So everything's looking good for Malon, but up, he She's just gonna have to just accept it at this point. Uh, and she'll have to do something later, but that's helpful. But yeah, she's gonna have to do something later to avoid him. But now it's just been a real tiring battle. I wonder if I wonder if I wonder if that's a mating strategy. Just keep pressuring the girl till she's like, fine, fine. Well, have it your way, and if it doesn't work out, you'll leave me alone, right? And of course, I mean, if she doesn't really like you, you know, no reason to pursue. And if you don't really want to share your life with her, and being friends might be alright, that it might be kind of awkward being your first crush and all. Anyways, Malon's getting done with her first house. Hope this sound isn't coming in the microphone because, well, guess I'm just gonna have to do it like. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Yeah, if I turn it off, it definitely won't come in the microphone. Alright. Um, Malon's building her house. Nothing special about that except she's like, "This is my house. Stay out of here, you creepy creepy guide." Oh man, I accidentally pressed it. Malon accidentally pressed escape. Yeah, I'm gonna have to balance who's who. Hmm. I might as well do that now. Nothing interesting happens for a while. Do I want to associate myself with Malon as first person, or should I keep it solely third person? I'm sure I was inspired to do it by, um, because I did experience it, and I can't deny that I experienced it. So she's being nice and letting him move in. I mean, he did save her from that slime and whatnot, and it just would be pretty inhumane to leave him out here to be eaten by the zombies. So she saves him from the zombie. You can only use two as a mechanic. You're not really interested in doing a lot of fighting, so you're going to focus on building up your tools and using those to fight as required. I mean, there's a lot of diversity in tools. You have, pickaxes, axes, and hammers that swing overhead, and and you have short swords, which are the better fighting instrument. And I decided to include the ability to use short swords because they're useless. I mean, it's unless you're getting swarmed by a ton of zombies, the short sword isn't really useful. So he's just staying out there, and yeah, so Malon's putting some finishing changes just in case if her parents send her any more tools, you know, or anyone else for that matter. I mean, maybe Mr. Guide here will will send her a box of chocolates or something. So a bouquet of roses maybe. Oh, so yeah, I'm going to role play and that'll be fun. And he lets a he lets a demon eye into the house and guess who's going to have to take care of it? So Malon makes quick work. I mean, the copper pickaxe isn't so bad on normal difficulty. Yeah, I'm doing this on Malon's on normal difficulty just because I've never played it. Yeah, keeping it totally separate isn't going to work, so going to have some balance of that. But yeah, I've decided to play on normal difficulty because using traps and tools, uh, it doesn't really seem very powerful. The bosses could be really hard. Although I've decided to also include summoning into Malon's arsenal because, well, if she has something to do all the work for her, she can focus on building and using and exploring the game's other mechanics other than fighting, building, farms, all that cool stuff. So yeah, she's going to be focusing on building and traps and summons. And I've also decided to include, and this could be a little controversial, but I have a very low amount of subscribers, so I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. I'm going to include the ability to let her use some trap-like weapons. See, the there are a few weapons that you don't have to directly throw at the enemy, or attack the enemy with. You can just kind of lay them out on the field and they'll just do their work. But I will try to, maybe I shouldn't have it. Peace Scandal. Helpful to a mechanic. I think so. Anyways, so Malon can use tools to attack enemies. Malon can use short swords to attack enemies. Malon can use summons to attack enemies. Malon can use traps to attack enemies. And last but not least, Malon can use trap-like items to attack enemies. And this is really just up to the deciding of the player. But the way I'm doing it is things that you don't have to directly aim at the boss. Like the only one I can think of pre-hard mode is the spike balls. So that's I want the Goblin Tinker for two reasons early game. But in late game, in hard mode, there's like the proximity launcher that'll explode if anything gets near it, and yeah. Um, there's something else, but I can't remember. Oh, the cannons from the pirate. You can set up an arena with cannons. Since my only attacks are, a short sword, a pickaxe, an axe, a hammer. It's going to be really hard to fight the boss, and the guide just lets in this horde of zombies here. So Malon's having to clean it up, doing somewhat poor job, but oh well. She only gets hit twice, clearing out the entire thing. The short sword's not entirely a bad weapon. It doesn't swing overhead like the broadsword, so it's harder to hit enemies with. But yeah, I could see how it'd be useful during invasions and stuff. Just because it hits everybody in the stack, and he's not coming inside. Uh, so Malon just decides to go and help because why not? I mean, why should Dylan die,